The news is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon, Nail Spa and Barbershop, Tisley Cross Deliciously Smooth Cider, and Digicel, simply more speed, reliability and entertainment.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.
Health first, says care providers, and in this instance, the call is out on the growing resistance to antibiotics.
Antibiotic resistance is becoming a big problem worldwide, and even right here in the BVI, when we look at our stats, we are seeing increasing resistance among patients, not even patients, persons in our communities who have taken antibiotic, and it is very, very important to use antibiotic, what we call judiciously. You have the cold, you have the flu. That's not a bacteria, it's a virus. Therefore, you don't need antimicrobials for that. When you go to your doctor, the doctor says, whatever is going on with you is viral. Don't ask for the antibiotic because you don't need it. What is happening is increasing resistance to the antibiotics that we have on hand. And I can tell you, antibiotics being manufactured are few and far between. The bugs, they're really, really getting smart right now. They get the hard coats, and then when we do misuse them, and the antibiotics, and we're given the antibiotics, it's of no use. So if there's one thing I need you to remember, be judicious in your use of antibiotic. You don't need it, don't use it. The doctor gives it to you, take all of it. Don't stop it after you start feeling better on day 2 or 3. So during the CME, we presented BVIH, not just BVIHSA, BVIHSA data, which includes our community. Because at our lab, we see a cross-section of the population. It's the main lab on our islands. So the data that we have there, it translates to what is happening in our communities. So community, we need to do better when it comes to the use of antibiotics.
That's Infection Prevention and Control Manager, Mrs. Rosa Ravari-Seaman of the BVI Health Services Authority. She was at the time giving us a rundown of this year's observance of Infection Prevention and Control Week.
The theme for this year's Infection Prevention and Control Week, it says, the future is infection prevention. 50 years of infection prevention. So let me deal with the first part, which says the future is infection prevention. With all the diseases that's coming on board, we definitely know that preventing those infections are a big part of our job. Our, not meaning me as the infection preventionist, the healthcare workers in our various facilities. Our means our community. You, me, us, them, all of us have to do our part to prevent infection. What are some of the ways you're going to prevent infection? One of the number one ways is hand hygiene. You need to clean those hands. When I'm talking to staff, I say, our hands are healing hands. They can also be killing hands. So please clean those hands. Come on, cover your cough. If there is one thing COVID taught us, the importance of respiratory protection. That's it, Kathy. You definitely showed how to cover the cough. Environmental cleanliness. Sometimes what the ladies do, we as ladies, we go out and you're at the restaurant, you drop your bag on the floor. That's where you just walked in. What have your bag picked up? When you go home, where do you put your bag? On your dinner table. What are you eating then? If you just think on it, infection prevention and control, the number one way to keep you safe. The 50 years of infection prevention. So there's a particular association, which is APIC, Association of Professionals in Infection Control and Epidemiology. About 50 years ago, about 23 young ladies came together, nurses at that, and they decided, you know what, we're seeing an increase in infection. We're seeing one thing after the other. We need to have standardized practice protocols that everybody can follow. And from that, APIC was born. So this month marks actually, well, this year, the 50th anniversary. And I can tell you, I'm almost sure that it was the 15th of September 1972 they started. APIC, if you're listening, don't kill me. That's my birthday. So APIC is celebrating 50 years. I'm celebrating 50 years. And APIC together, we look good. So I want you to remember, folks, make your intention infection prevention. So keep you safe, keep me safe, keep us safe.
Mrs. Ravarisiman also had a plug for preventing contracting COVID-19 as protocols are now even further relaxed.
And I want to say that while we're relaxing all our protocols, COVID isn't over. And I believe that COVID is going to be with us. It might become annually like the flu, where we have a peak at a particular season and wane, but I definitely believe it's going to be one of the diseases that stays with us. So you're in a public setting, lots of people, you may be somebody who's at high risk, things like diabetes, if you have heart condition, you have respiratory conditions. I would say to continue to use your mask. Personally, there are situations where I will definitely continue to wear my mask. You go out, you assess the situation. A lot of persons say, that's going to put you at high risk because you know what's going on with you health-wise. Wear your mask. That's additional protection. Within our healthcare setting, we've decided that once you go into the patient's bedside, you must have your mask. That, again, patient safety is our goal. We want when patients come to our facilities, not just the hospital, but all our facilities, our health centers and everywhere, they feel safe, and not just feel safe, but we have measures in place that keep them safe.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Freeze. Choose your mix, choose your flavor.